I don't know whether you know this, for just 1 year, and I mean it, for only 365 days, as simple as 365 days, it's actually enough to change and transform your life completely with respect to finance. What do I mean? You see, I know right now as we speak, well, depending on when you're watching this video, I'm making this video on 1st of December 2023. I am telling you the year has actually ended. In a month's time, we're going to be talking about 2024. Let's say behind you are several years that have gone into waste. You've been trying the best that you can to make sure that, hey, you transform yourself. And let's say at the every beginning of a single year, you'll be like, fine, now this is the year. This is the year. The year ends. This is the year. The year ends. This is the year. So you've never done anything constructive. You always say, this is the year. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. You've never done anything. This is what I want you to do. And I want you to sacrifice yourself for only 365 days. And don't be shocked. The 365 days are about to end, and you can actually go ahead and transform your life in a very, very tremendous way. And this is what I want you to do. Guess what? Here is the term sacrifice. Depends on how much you're actually earning out there. Let's give ourselves different personalities. For example, you can say we have person 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, depends on what you earn. Honestly speaking, I'm not going to give you a very humongous amount of money. Let's be real. Right now, as you speak, depends, or according to the KNBS, that is Kenya National Bureau of Statistics and whatever, they are saying most Kenyans usually earn a salary of all the way from 15,000 to 60,000 per month. Therefore, I'm going to deal around with that amount of money. Let's say you're here, you earn that 15,000 at the end of the month. Here, maybe you earn like 25,000 per month. Here, maybe let's say you earn, let's say a talk of 40,000, and maybe here you earn your 60,000 at the end of the month. Now, this is what I want you to do. One thing, these guys are of different, in terms of masculine when it comes to money. You have different money masculine. Now, what you're supposed to understand, stay on your lane and understand your principles. For example, that what this individual can aim is way different from this what individual can actually aim. At this different category in terms of the earning, understand yourself. When I say each and every person, whichever amount of money you earn, you're supposed to at least save 20% of that. So when I say 20%, what do I mean? See, most of the people don't understand when I say you're supposed to save 20%. Let's say you earn 10 shillings. Okay, if you earn 10 shillings, when I say you're supposed to save 20 shillings, it means you're supposed to save 2 shillings. So live on 8 shillings, then save. Or when I say save, I mean like accumulate, store it for the purposes of investments. Remember one thing, you're not supposed to be in business, doing any business of savings if you're not aiming 3 things. Number 1, you're saving for the purposes of starting an investment. Number 2, for the emergency purposes. Or number 3, you won't purchase a certain thing that you cannot be able to do so right now. Now, because wait, hang on a second. I forgot something. Did I tell you that I'm sharing this information for free? I am not charging you that. Just relax. Okay, just relax. I'm not charging anybody. The only thing that I want from you in favor as a return, down below there is a button that honestly I can't reach. It is written subscribe. It is in black. Okay, hit that magical button, right? And then it disappears. Did I teach you magic today? Yes, I did. And also like the video. Okay, let's get into the business. And I know you're asking, what's the importance? Yeah, you'll be notified whenever I upload a new good video. Let's get into the business. Now, when I say 20%, I was giving an example. 10 shillings, you save 2 shillings, survive on 8. Now, here you are. Now, what exactly can you be able to do in this period of 365 days? Now, I'm assuming this amount of money you earn at the end of the month. Now, what I want you to do, now, what is 20% of 15,000? 20% of 15,000, 10% of this is actually 1,500. So 20% of it means, good, it means 3,000, okay? 3,000, save your 3,000. 20% of this means 5,000, that's correct. 5,000. 20% of this means 8,000, that's correct. And this one means 12,000. Okay, now that's it. Now, what do you do? At this particular situation, now you re-ask yourself. And by the way, when I say 20%, I'm saying 20% with regard of individuals who have families or they have tight budgets. Now, if you have, now this is 20%. This is 20%. Now, let's continue to exercise on this so that you understand, okay? Now, if it's 20% with regard to an individual who actually has a tight budget, maybe let's say you have children, you have wife and what have you. Now, 20% is what we recommend. But if you realize you do not have much of the responsibilities on top of your head, how about you increase it all the way to 30%? If you were to increase it all the way to 30%, now how much are you able to save? This particular point becomes 4,500. This particular point becomes 7,500. This particular point becomes 12,000, and this particular point becomes what? 18,000. Okay, You get my point? Now, the more you save or the more percentage you sacrifice, the more amount of money you can be able to save. Therefore, the period of actually achieving your target becomes shorter. Now, can you imagine this? In 12 months' time, this individual, in 12 months' time, so it is 12 times this amount of money. How much is that? Come on, guys, you can do the mathematics. If you were to multiply these numbers by 12, definitely know this one will be 144,000. I didn't calculate it behind the whatever. I want us to do this with you step by step. And if you were to multiply this one, of course, you get something out there. No, if you get this amount of money, honestly, this amount of money is all the way close to, 60,000 or 50 something thousand. If you get that amount of money, tell me at the end of the 65 days, which is basically our year, what exactly can you not be able to do with that amount of money? You can decide, let's say you are employed and you're busy, you are tight, you cannot be able to go ahead and do what? You cannot be able to go ahead and, for example, let's do a very simple mathematics. If you are to calculate this by that one, this will have yourself like 36,000. If you to go by 20%, this will have yourself like 60,000. This will have yourself like 96,000 with regard to the 20%. If you multiply that by that one, you have your 144,000 with regard to the 20%. Okay, now the point is this. With this amount of money, that is 6,000, tell me what can you do with this amount of money? If you can be able, let's say you have a family, okay, maybe you have a partner out there, you can talk with the partner, you ask the partner how. We have that 6,000 at the end of this year. What can we be able to do with this 36,000 that can actually earn us not even just like 500 a day, or maybe let's say just 300 a day. So if you can get something, by the way, this amount of money is enough to start you a very nice vegetable shop where you're selling the vegetables. This business is enough to sell you some charcoal or makaa. In Kenya, I know you guys understand what I mean. So if this amount of money is enough for you to go ahead and start something like a small milk business, this money is enough to start you like, get yourself some a bale of mitumba and you're getting into the business. This amount of money is, you see, there are a variety of things that you can be able to start, provided you know what you're starting and where you're starting this specific thing from. Now, at that particular point, therefore, it means if you're aiming at getting 300 Kenyan shillings per day, then that translates to how much? That translates to 9,000 at the end of the month. Now, remember, you're still earning your 15,000. So you're home now getting in 9,000 plus 15,000. Then that makes you what? 24,000. 24,000. Now you go back to the drawing board. You ask yourself, if I was to channel more money to this venture, will it make more of this? Or will I focus on saving more so that I accumulate a certain amount of money and then I channel it towards an investment? That is exactly how you do it. But you cannot be able to raise this amount of money. You can't raise this, you can't raise this, you can't raise the other if you do not incorporate that something called sacrifice. And let me tell you one secret. Sacrifice is what differentiates person A and person B. Most of the people in our society don't want things to do with sacrifice. Why? Because sacrifice, it is not fun. And I know you are likely to say on the comment section, hey, but Joseph, it is easier said than done. There is nowhere I said it is easier done than said. Nothing like that. That's why if it is easier done than said, then almost everyone will be successful. And that's why you see only 1% of people in our society are the one who can term them as successful, because it requires sacrifice. And I'm going to give a very simple example with my case. Back when I was doing the interior design jobs and what have you, I used to have this vision and I used to say, hey, guess what? These videos that I'm uploading right now, and majority of the people will see like, Siva, I don't know what I'm doing. One day, I'm going to make a platform where people can do this or the other. So if you keep on sacrificing your time, sacrificing your resources and all those kind of things, can you imagine you're doing painting and what have you, and somebody seeing you buying a ring light? They're like, why the heck would you buy even a ring light? Why would you think even buying or something like, you get all the things. See, most of the time when you have a dream, majority of the people don't buy on your dream. And I always say, the perfect dream that you can ever have is that dream that majority of the people cannot see it. It's when you are the only dreamer in that specific dream. When you see most of the people agreeing with you, then accept and be not everybody. You see, what am I saying? When you're starting a dream and you realize that most of the people are agreeing with you, then probably you're doing something wrong. But most of those great dreams that you usually have in life, you tend to be the only dreamer in that specific dream. So what am I meaning? Or what am I trying to bring on board here? Guys, try to utilize the 365 days. And I'm giving this challenge because we're about to touch the 2024. In a month's time, I said again, depends on when you're watching this video. I'm making this video on the 1st December. Okay? Now, In a month's time, we'll be terming it as 2024. How about you make sure that you remain constant, consistency, how incorporate the sacrifice, look at these numbers from this perspective. Hey, guess what? By the way, let me just break this for you. See, if you were to save like this, it's way much better compared to you doing nothing. Obviously, I can't promise you that you'll be ultra wealthy in a year's time, but I'm not ruling out the fact that you can't be lucky. You can be lucky. Remember one thing, don't forget the words that I did share with you sometimes back. I told you success is usually an intersection between two things, the luck and the hard work. If you incorporate those two things, you work them concurrently, they meet somewhere, the success is not a question of if, but it's a question of when. That is exactly how you do when it comes to this. So 1 year financial sacrifice gonna get you into this kind of a perception. Now, this is the point. Now, and I've made a video and I've told you guys, don't be all over the place thinking of what you can be able to start. Just pick that what you are good at, work on it, and you can be able to do something amazing in terms of the development. Hey, that marks the end of my video in this specific video. And don't forget this, I always post a video each and every time. And maybe this is your first time watching me. You're like, okay, who is this guy? My name is Joseph. Talk about money, investment, and anything related to personal finance. So if you love money, and I bet you do, I mean, seriously, who doesn't like it? Okay. Now, if you would like to make money and such kind of things and investment, this is a place to call home. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel, you like the video, comment down below and tell me what you think. Just like an iron sharpens another iron, so do we learn from each other. And if you'd like to escalate this issue to a bit more higher notch, hey, my number is always on the description of this specific video. You can collect it, you can pick it up, give me a call, or you can shoot me an email, because my email is as well out there. Let's talk business. And if you need my services pertaining to investments, business advisories, and what have you, get that number, give me a call, and let's talk business. For now, it's a goodbye, and don't forget, this is a good Joseph place. This is where you stay. We sharpen each other. And see you in the next one. See ya.